Hey everybody, what's going on? We're back again today. Happy Thursday to everybody. Hope everybody's doing good for another interview. And we have a lot to talk about because my guest today is busy. But before we talk to her and I introduce you to her, I just got to tell everybody, today's show and every show is brought to you by Next Home Brandywine in Downingtown, Pennsylvania. Dan Peasy and his team of professional realtors, they're going to provide you guidance, knowledge, and information for all buyers and sellers. Go to nexthomebrandywine.com for details or to contact an agent. They service Philadelphia and the surrounding counties, but also nationwide referrals are available because there is offices in 48 of the 50 states. So be sure to ask for the NH5 listing special, or like I said, go to nexthomebrandywine.com or call them directly at 484-364-4862. That's 484-364-4862. Don't forget to tell them Totally Driven Radio sent you. And speaking of being totally driven, my guest today is all that and more because, like I said, she is involved in so much. She's super busy, and she is truly an inspiration to all. Her name is Dawn Airhart WItte. Dawn, how are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for doing this. A person like you who's super busy, you got to squeeze time in to do these little things, right?
They're all big things. I don't think there are little things.
Well, let's just give a little taste, everybody. You're an author, entrepreneur, philanthropist, international speaker, life coach. You're the founder of the Desire to Inspire Foundation, all that, and a mom to boot.
Well, thank that. Today's my youngest daughter's birthday. But they're both adults. Birthday. So I'm not actively mothering them any longer. But I will let her know you said that.
So doing all this, you're involved in so much, like I said, like, do you have a team behind you? Or are you just a one-person wrecking crew that's able to tackle all this? How do you do it?
No, it's definitely through help. I've got people on the ground in Africa that are doing so much work, putting together posts, visiting people on the ground. I mean, because COVID has happened and travel stopped all over the world, I've got literally angels on the ground that are checking in on Mama Josephine in Uganda and, my kids in other countries. So it's definitely a team effort for sure.
That's amazing. Now, how did you get started with the foundation Desire to Inspire? How did you, what inspired you to truly start this?
I think when I first started, it was because I would turn on the news and I would just see so much devastation and, fighting and crime. And I just thought, I know so many people doing so many good things. My friend Carol, she rescues dogs. She spends her life rescuing dogs and placing them in homes. My friend Wendy started the Beauty Bus, and they go out and they give cancer treatments and terminally ill homebound patients, beauty treatments to make them feel better. My friend Debbie, I could go on and on with all the people I know that do these amazing things, selfless, amazing things. And I just thought, I really want to share those people with the world, because we hear the names of, serial killers and mass murderers and things like that. Right. I want people to know the names of true heroes that are actually making a difference in the world. So I started it from that premise. And then I went to Africa. And once I went to Africa, I fell in love with these people, the children especially, but the people, all of the people. And I just thought, these people also inspire me. They struggle with basic needs, water, food, basic medical attention, yet they are so giving and welcoming and full of joy. I just thought, that is inspiration. That is a message that I want to bring to everybody. And I want to lift them up too, because they've lifted me.
When you decide to do something like this is not a small job. This is a big job and something big to tackle. Did you ever question yourself or ask yourself, how can I, just one person, make an impact, really make a change in the lives that I want to change?
Every day I ask myself that. I do. It's daunting when you see the amount of needs that exist. And, I know I can't do all of it. I talked to my friend, Reggie Lewis, a couple years ago, right before one of my trips. And I just said, Reggie, there are so many needs. I don't know how I can do what I want to do. And he said, help who you can, and that's all you can do. And I
Right.
just always keep that in my head, because as much as I want to help everybody,
Sure.
I can only do what I can, take baby steps, little by little, and it builds and it grows. And although I'm not where I want to be, I just know that every step I take is in that direction.
That word, baby steps, that was said to me a few years ago by somebody who became an inspiration for me. And it really helped me because I like you're saying, like, you want to help everybody and tackle so much and do everything, and you just can't. You have to do those baby steps.
It's a process. I mean, it's life. Life is a process. Every day we're learning, we're growing, and, we have to keep moving forward, and not get stuck in some of the things that we worry about or the things that we can't do at the moment. I think I am not a life coach. I did study life coaching because what I wanted to do with that was to teach these life coaching principles to people in Africa. And so, we believe that when you set your vision and you start making steps towards that vision, it's a process to get from here to there. But every day, as long as you're moving towards that, then you're making progress.
Right. Now, how about you mentioned already, everybody's not here only here, but around the world with the pandemic that's been going on the last few months. Has that slowed the process down in the work, the foundation work?
Oh, yeah. We were planning this Day of Purpose in Sierra Leone on March 18th, right when everything started closing down.
Okay.
So that kind of, made us kind of stop in our tracks and say, okay, because we were going to get people together, we were going to have a big gathering and, lift the kids and do, celebrate with them. But so we've been kind of reconfiguring, trying to figure out, what our next steps are to move forward. And, even now, I don't know what the world's going to look like, this month, next month, so I'm just doing what I can. I'm trying to remain positive because I feel like, God doesn't give us what we can't handle, but, he's really trying it right now.
I think he's truly testing everybody.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So when this situation happens like this now and it slows down that process, has it amped up the other processes because now you have a new book out?
Yeah. But do what you can from where you have with what you have from where you are. So I can't be planning my trip to Africa right now. So I've been writing. We're working on a book series. We put out the Recipes for Being the Power of Seven last November. It is now being printed in Africa, which is my hope and dream for everything I do. I want to provide the business on the ground in Africa, from the printer to, the branding person, the marketing person, create as many jobs in Africa as I possibly can, because this is about more than just giving a donation or addressing basic needs. This is lifting people so that they can put their own gifts and talents into the world, doing their thing that they were put here to do. So we're working on a series so that other aspiring authors can be part of this B series that we're creating. And each book is going to be one of my 7 words. And so we're almost there, putting final touches on, sending that out and starting that promotion. But I'm really excited because I want to share these words with people. I want to share the notion of living an inspired life, that love is our highest calling, those kind of ideas, just if one person says, I never thought of it like this, to make a change in someone's life, that's to have succeeded.
With a book like this and these 7 words, the book came out in November, you said. Who would have thought 6 months later how important this message is, that people really need this message right now?
I think in good times and bad times, these words matter. I think, again, love is it's our highest frequency. It's our highest energy. It's the one thing I think that we get to take in this life, to the next. Right. And so I feel like that message will always resonate. And, this is definitely challenging, testing times. So if people can just stay in that, being our highest calling. It helps us get through these icky times.
Right. Right. So, this is part of like a series of books. And if I'm not mistaken, it seems like it's been like the past year, like 3 of these books have come out now.
Gosh, you know what? I have lost
Maybe a
track
year
of
and a
time. Well, I think I started, my first book came out in 2017. And since
Okay.
then, we've done 4.
Okay.
And we're working on some other ones now. I'm hoping we'll have at least a few more editions out before the end of the year. And then my favorite book, even though I love them all, is this one. And this one we wrote specifically for the children. Whoops, there we go. For the children in Africa. And it's messages to them about my 7 words. And we've given it out 2,500 of these books so far.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And most of them I've got to physically give to the children. So that, that just makes me so happy.
Now, do you get to do like when you're doing stuff like that and you're there giving books out to them, you get to like sit down and like have like a Q&A class with them and teach your message? And
my experiences in Africa are just magical. When I go, I stay with them. So, I've slept on the floor, concrete floor, with about 31 little girls,
wow.
which was, don't ever want to do that again because it was very uncomfortable. But we were able to move those girls to a house where they all have beds now. That was one of the things that we've done. At one of the places in Ghana, I volunteer there. I help make breakfast. I help get the kids ready for school. I mean, I'm sitting there with this big cauldron between my legs and a big thing, dishing out 800, meals for the kids for lunch and breakfast. And I do all kinds of stuff. So it's not like amazing. All pretty and glamorous, it's dirty and sweaty and icky, but I love it. I love it.
This whole thing, I mean, you truly, where it's more than that, where, you hear about people who go over and they want to help. Yes, like you're saying, you're helping feed them, you're helping clothe them, helping them have homes, but you're also helping them, you're helping to create jobs for them as well.
Yes, because that's how you lift people, and it's not just creating a job where they earn money. I really want people to live into their own greatness. Everybody has their own talents. Some people's talents are singing. Some people are really good at art. Some people are very athletic. Whatever that gift that you have is, I want to help nurture that, just like a mother does with her children. She sees the innate gifts they have. She wants to help them live into their potential so they can live a happy, fulfilling life. And, so I look at these children like they're mine, and that's what I want to do for them, like lift them up to live into their highest calling.
I was going to say, do you feel some of these children look up to you as a mother?
I know they love me. And so that, I mean, not everyone has a cell phone, but the few that I am able to keep in contact with, it lifts my spirit every single day for them to ask me how I'm doing, to just tell me how much they love me, because I love them so much. I mean, if I gave birth to them, I don't think I could love them anymore. Wow. And, there's about 2,000 of them now. So that would be, not that many pregnancies.
Now, going back to the book and your series of books, I was thinking, like, you hear a lot, like, when people are doing autobiographies, you hear how they'll say, like, they ended up learning so much about themselves. When you're writing these books, is it helping you learn even more about yourself?
Oh, all the time. Every day there's something else I think of, or I look back on in a different stage of my life and, learn something. I mean, at my last trip there, it was last October. I was in Sierra Leone, and we had just gotten there. It's really hard in Sierra Leone. There's so much poverty, and we had to take a ferry after we got off the plane to get to the place we were going, and long car ride, and we had to wake up early, and we were on the wharf cleaning up where we moved the girls from, like their old house. We moved them to a different place, but I wanted to go back to that wharf and clean it up because all those little children that were still living there, I wanted their environment to be good too. So we bought these equipment, and everything was shut down because everybody was supposed to be cleaning. And we get there and I was tired and I was thirsty and I was hungry, and we gave out all the money we had, and we bought people some cookies and we gave out all of those. And this one woman had come over and she started yelling at us because we didn't give her any biscuits. We didn't give her any money, and she felt slighted. And as she's yelling at me, I was thinking, oh my gosh, are you kidding? I'm here to help your community. And then I thought, you know what? I'm here for love and kindness. So no matter what she says to me, I'm going to react in love and kindness. So
Right.
I let her finish. I went over, I hugged her. I said, I'm so sorry. We ran out, of the money and the biscuits. And then I walked away, because I'm not a saint. I'm still human. But
You are human.
I felt so powerful in that moment because I could have engaged or I could have reacted to her in the
Sure.
way that I first felt like it. But I was like, no, you know what? That's not who I want to be. So, lessons like that. I think the next time I encounter a situation like that, I can always look back on that situation and be like, you know what? Who do I want to be? And act
Right.
accordingly.
Right. Wow. Now, how about what do you think would be the number one message you want to portray with this book and all your books?
I want everyone to live their happiest, most fulfilling life. And part of that is loving people. I really believe that love is why we're here. And I also believe that we're here for each other. And if everybody just helped the person next to them, we wouldn't have global problems. We would
Right.
all be lifting each other, and hoping that somebody might do the same for us one day when we were in need. So if that message, just touches a few hearts, I've made the world a little bit better by my existence. So,
Absolutely.
that's what I hope people get from my books and all the work that I do.
How can we share that message? Because the world needs that message so bad. How can we share it more?
I think we have to be it. We have to live it. We have to live it by example. You can tell your children, do as I say, this is what you're supposed to do, but they watch you. They see what you're doing. So you can say whatever you want, but you have to embody it. You have to live it. And I think then people, will say, that's a different way of being, and
Right.
that's that living by example, I think, is our greatest way we can teach people that lesson.
Absolutely. Now, besides all this, you also, I saw you're working on a skincare and fragrance line as well.
Yes. One of my big things is that, I started this foundation. I have expenses, I have dogs to feed and things like that, but I don't want to take a dime of a donation from my foundation.
Sure.
So creating sustainability for myself as well as sustainability for people everywhere,
Right.
so using the amazing ingredients, creating jobs on the ground there, creating an amazing product will help me do my work, because a portion of those funds will go into that work, and it will also help me, pay my bills. So I don't
Right.
have to take a dime in a donation for my salary, for my travel, for, any of that, and I don't have a problem if anybody else does. That's a personal thing with me.
Sure.
But I just want to, make the biggest impact and help as many people as possible. And again, donations for me, it's never going to be the way I want to, fund my own life.
Sure. Sure. So where would be the best place for everybody to go to learn more, not only about you, the message, but your foundation, and to get the books?
They're all listed on desiretoinspirefoundation.org. There's links to the Amazon page. We are in the process of putting up the little book of B that I showed you as a digital format. So since I can't be in Africa handing out the books, at least people can come and download it. It's only a few pages, but it is a loving message, and it was written from a place of love from everybody who was part of it. And, you can see more about, you can see all of the pictures on our website are our children. Those are not stock photos. Those are children that I know, I've loved, I've hugged, so you can see a little bit more about what we do and some of the work that we've done. And again, just looking at their beautiful faces makes me smile.
That's amazing. So now, what are your plans for us as 2020? Are you going to be writing another book for us, or?
Yes. Yes. I'm writing the first edition of the volume set. So this is the last book we did, The Recipes for Being Power of Seven. This has all 7 words in it. Gosh, I don't know how to do that. um, so we're going to be creating a volume set. So each book will be 1 word, and so I get to write the love book, and I'm really
Nice.
excited about that. I've been working on that the last couple of weeks, so I need to get back to writing, but not today. I mean, not right this minute, but that's what I'm working on currently.
Nice. That's amazing. Well, Dawn, this has been amazing talking to you. I love your message. I love everything you're doing. It's truly inspirational, powerful, meaningful, and everybody needs to follow your message for sure.
Oh, well, thank you for having me. I love being able to share my kids and to share, my mission with others.
Absolutely. And hey, let's do this again. You always have more things you're working on. Just we'll hook back up and we'll talk some more and spread that. We need to keep spreading that message of love, without a doubt.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you so much, Dawn.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.